Good morning, dear students. Today we'll continue with part 3 of this chapter, that is work and energy. In previous lecture we have seen the three types of work, that is positive work, negative work and zero work. And we have also seen the units of work. The SI unit of work is joule and CGS is erg. Okay, now in this lecture we'll continue with the energy. Okay, before starting energy, first let me explain you that one part that is remaining in work, that is the work done against gravitational force. That topic will cover first. Work done against gravitational force. How the work is done against the gravitational force? For example, there is a accelerator, or we can say escalator. The distance from the first step is 2 meter, for example, and each escalator having height 1 meter. When a boy starts to up on an accelerator, okay, so he will cover this much distance, 1 meter, 1 meter, 1 meter and 1 meter. Now what would be the displacement he have covered? So he have covered the displacement 4 meter. He went against the gravitational force, because the gravitational force is in downward direction, that is the force is equal to mg. For example, the mass of the boy is 40 kg and the acceleration due to gravity is 10. So what we can write here, the force applied is 400 joule. Clear? So whatever the work done by this boy is the work done against gravity. It is known as the work done against gravity because he is going in upward direction. The formula for work done against gravity we can write as F into S, force into displacement. We know that the formula for force is ma, and the displacement, how much the boys have displaced from its mean position, 4 meter. As we know that in earth we can write, instead of A we can write G. So the formula for work done against gravity would be mgh. We can have one example in form of numerical to understand better what is the work done against gravity. See, the numerical is calculate the work done against gravity when 200 kg. Now see, this 200 kg is the mass of an object lifted to the height of 20 meter. Okay, this is the height, or we can say this is the displacement. Now as we know that the formula for work done against gravity is mgh. Here m is the mass of an object, that is 200 kg. G is acceleration due to gravity, that is 10, and the displacement, that is the height through which the object have been lifted up, that is 20 meter. So if we'll calculate this would be 2000 into 20, so 2 2s are 4 and 4 zeros would be there, that is 40,000 joule work have been done. The 40,000 joule work have been done against gravity. Okay, so the formula for work done against gravity is mgh. This is very important for your examination point of view. Now the next part in this chapter will start with an energy. What is an energy? energy, first we'll see what is the definition of energy. Energy is the capacity to do work. The definition of energy is capacity to do work is known as energy. Now the SI unit of energy, SI unit of energy is joule, and similarly as the work, the CGS unit is erg. And energy is scalar quantity. Energy is scalar quantity because we cannot measure the energy as will compare to the direction, because the energy don't have the direction, will have the magnitude of energy but not the direction of energy. So energy is a scalar quantity. Clear? Then what types of energy will have? The types of energy in this chapter we'll see many types of energy. First is kinetic energy, second is potential energy, third is chemical energy, next is heat energy, then light energy, then sound energy, then nuclear energy, so as we have seen, there are lots of type of energies are there: kinetic energy, potential energy, chemical energy, heat energy, light energy, sound energy, nuclear energy. So these types of energies are there, but in this chapter we're going to study in detail what is the kinetic energy and what is the potential energy. So first we'll start the kinetic energy. What is the kinetic energy? The word kinetic has been derived from the Greek word that is kinein. The word kinetic energy has been derived from a Greek word that is known as kinein. And the definition of kinetic energy we can write: kinetic energy is a type of energy possessed by an object by the virtue of its state of motion. Kinetic energy is a type of energy which is possessed by an object by the virtue of its state of motion. Whenever any object is in a state of motion, then that object will say it is having a kinetic energy. Whenever any object is in motion, then we can say the object possesses a kinetic energy. For example, this marker, if I say now this marker is in motion, so we can say this marker having the kinetic energy. But if an object at rest, okay, if an object at rest, then we'll see, or we can say the kinetic energy is zero. Whenever the object is at rest, we'll say the kinetic energy is zero, because only whenever the object is in a state of motion, then only we can say the object possesses energy which is known as kinetic energy. Now we'll see the formula of kinetic energy. What is the formula of kinetic energy? kinetic energy is equal to half mv square. Half mv square. Kinetic energy is equal to half mv square. Now, as you know that whenever we are studying any type of formula, first we see how this formula have been derived. Now we'll see the derivation of kinetic energy. Kinetic energy is equal to half mv square. So what is the derivation? How this formula have came? So we'll derive the formula for kinetic energy by the formula of work done. We know that the work done is equal to force into displacement. As we have seen, the work done is the product of force and displacement. Now instead of force, I can write ma. Instead of force, we can write mass into acceleration due to gravity. Into, instead of s, I can write height, the displacement through which the object have been displaced. Okay, so or I can write MAS. Both are the same formula for the work done, but we'll use this one for the derivation of half mv square. Now, mass will remain as it is. Instead of AS, I will write V square minus U square upon 2. Now the question in your mind, how instead of S we have written V square minus U square by 2. Now see, as the third equation of motion, V square is equal to U square plus 2AS. So V square, then U square will come on left side, so minus is equal to 2AS. So V square minus U square, and 2 is in multiplication, so this would be in division, so it would be equal to AS. So V square is equal to U square plus 2AS. So V square minus U square is 2AS. So instead of AS, I have written V square minus U square upon 2. Now I can write this formula as m into V square upon 2 minus m into U square upon 2. This is the work done. Now this formula is also very important. We'll solve one type of numerical on this formula, but still we have not derived this one. Now if we'll continue, so work done is equal to mv square upon 2 minus mu square upon 2, where v is final velocity, u is initial velocity. Now we'll assume that object is present at the position of rest. Let object at rest. We know that whenever the object is at rest, its initial velocity is 0. Whenever the object is at rest, its initial velocity is 0. Now the formula of work done would be mv square upon 2 minus m. Instead of u, I will substitute 0 the whole square upon 2. So the formula for work done is equal to mv square upon 2. Now this would become 0 because anything multiplied by 0 would be 0. So 0. Therefore, I can write the work done is equal to mv square upon 2. Now, for example, suppose I have a football which is kept at the surface. So now whenever the football is at rest, I can say the football is at rest, so its initial velocity is 0. But for example, I have done a work by kicking the football. If I kick the football starts to run. So amount of work done by me on the football would be the kinetic energy. If I kick the football very hardly, then the football will run very fast, and if I kick the football with a slow speed, then football will run slow. So the amount of work done by me on the football would be converted into kinetic energy. So instead of the work done, I can write kinetic energy. So kinetic energy is equal to half This 1 by 2 I can write, so it would be mv square. This is the formula for kinetic energy. Kinetic energy is half mv square. Now this derivation is very important as far as your examination is concerned. In examination they can be asked what is or derive the formula for kinetic energy. So this is the complete derivation of kinetic energy. So as we have derived the formula for kinetic energy, that is half mv square, so based on that formula we'll solve one numerical. Calculate the kinetic energy of an object having mass is 20 kg, that is m, value of m is given, and having velocity 54 meter per second, 54 kilometer per hour. Here the unit is given kilometer per hour. Now as we have seen, the kinetic energy is equal to half mv square, where m should be in kilogram and velocity should be in meter per second. Okay, the velocity should be in meter per second. But here the velocity is given in 54 kilometer per hour. As I have explained you that how to convert the kilometer per hour into meter per second. First we will substitute the value of m, that is 20, kilometer per hour, that is 54 kilometer per hour. So this 54 kilometer per hour is converted into meter per second by multiplying of 5 by 18. If we will multiply by 5 upon 18 to 54 kilometer per hour, it would be converted into meter per second. So we will do the calculation, 1 by 2 into 20 into, now see, 18 ones are 18 and 18 threes are 54, 3 fives are 15. So this would be half into 20 into 15, 2 tens are 20, so this is 150 joule. The kinetic energy of an object is 150 joule. So we have seen the numerical based on the kinetic energy. In next lecture we'll see what is the potential energy. If you have any doubt regarding the kinetic energy in any of the concept, you can ask me in the time of Google Meet. Thank you very much.